SPY green, Q's green right now. But we're just kind of dancing around here, right underneath the 8 exponential moving average. Just not really much momentum here. Again, we did gap down this morning, and we had a nice little recovery from there. Interested in T2104. It's pretty bullish right now. Not dramatically bullish, but relatively bullish. Pretty much following the market. Whoops, sorry, I had my mic off. T2104 is somewhat bullish. It's moving up, not really dramatically, but it is moving up, and it is pretty much following the SPY. Had a big bullish close on the yesterday when the market closed strong, and then the market gapped down, but the T2104 has been drifting up all day, showing bullishness. Allison. Anybody that took, I took a CRDO last week on an unusual option activity we talked about. It was a $50 calls for April 17th, way out of the money. I paid, I forget what I paid for them, about $1.75. Anyway, I just sold them for $2.25. And the reason I did is because it's bouncing up against some resistance here. This CRDO. Again, this was an unusual option activity play. I took it, I forget what date it was, but it was a $50 call, which is way up here, and it's for April 17th, but there was a huge amount of volume in there, and I took it off as it approaches the 8 exponential moving averages. Again, paid $1.75, took it off at 2.25, so 50 cents, not bad, about 30%. Shy, Lulu starting to roll over. Take a quick look at Lulu. Yeah, up today though. Again, it needs to get below 278.27. Um, Basically, it's got to get back below yesterday's low, which it did this morning. It gapped down below there and then bounced with the market. I mean, the market's pulling up a lot of stuff that is garbage. So we'll see. Again, I'm out of CRDO. I took profits in CRDO. That was a unusual option activity trade. Shy, yeah, really good. Difficult to find anything good right now. Yeah, I can't find anything that I really want to trade. Now I'm looking for some Momo stocks. I still like TCRT. I'd like it to get above the 200-day moving average. It's been pretty volatile here today, but I do like it long. And again, I took for anybody talking about Momos, I took a CNTM this morning. I get in at 110, I get out at 132. I'm done with that one for right now. And SPWH was another good Momo stock today. I'm also out of that one, but it's sitting right at the 100-day moving average. It's like Ali is still like Sell H. Yeah, that's a nice one. It's again a pretty flat candle yesterday, but today looks pretty nice. 41.87 resistance, but Sell H is definitely bullish here. It's been moving up pretty nicely.
Remember, it's posted earlier in the news desk. We're going to see a little volatility in some names. MNMD posted in the news desk.
McKesson is still a good one. That was called out this morning in the room. MCK. It's really nice setup.
The press Congress to act. You're going to see a little delayed reaction in some names. MNMD. Metric.
Ugh. How you doing, Allison? We've told you that. We don't listen to us. You know,
Yeah, but it's good.
Is that what you told her? A shit show?
Yeah. No. Like we were talking
That's what I
about.
like to hear,
We were
Allison.
talking about dating.
That self-talk is delightful.
Well, it was only only regarding like dating someone. Okay, I gotta get home. I got a purse. I got peeps.
You got peeps? What time you peeps?
Starting at 12.
Oh.
I mean, thank God it's virtual though.
Yeah, thank God. You only got 45 minutes.
I know. I gotta get home. I gotta eat yogurt and something.
How many you got today?
Actually, I only have 3, but it's 2 hours and then a 90-minute. So it's way better than usual.
I think your mother's taking a shower.
I know. I don't know what to do. I guess I just gotta go.
Well, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to say bye to her and thank her for everything.
we need a morale boost. Get Allison over here.
Feeling kind of down on myself. Let me call Alex.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Feeling inadequate. Quickly.
Yes, chat. Wanna say bye?
Well, stick your head in the bathroom and say hi.
I did, but she didn't hear me.
You didn't stick your head in the door.
Huh? I thought she was literally in the shower.
She is literally in the shower.
Well, I don't want to open the door. That's intrusive. Ah,
Well, Allison, when did that ever stop you?
I don't know. Once in a while. Okay. We gotta hurry. We gotta hurry. Eh. I should have taken a before picture of the living room.
Okay. You just wait 1 second. She'll be right out.
Okay. Oh shit, I'm about to leave without my laptop. God damn, that would be bad. That would be
That
bad.
would make virtual very difficult. Chill. Chill, Allison.
So tired.
Just relax.
Exactly. I don't know if I'm taking meds or I don't take meds.
Did Alfie come in to see you this morning? Came in and saw us as soon as I went to bed last night. So he hears me get into bed. I go, ugh. And he comes out of the crate, gets on the bed, the chair,
go what?
and then he stands there.
You go,
Well, I just, but you know, he'll settle into a bit later. So I hear him come click, 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 jumping into the chair. Nothing. He sits in the chair. Then I go, okay, Alfie. Boom, over he comes.
Wow.
There's Ruthie.
He's a reformed dog.
Oops.
You can have those.
I don't want them. They're yours.
I have enough. I don't need them.
I don't need them either. I have enough.
We'll move her back though.
I need them here for like right now. So I'm gonna wash them and bring them back. No, I want to. I need them.
When you go out?
Yeah, she's got a lot of shit show.
Ah, you needed her to tell you.
No, it was just in the direct to like, listen, we can date right now. And I'm like, well, let's see how big a person you want to date. And I wouldn't want to date me. So I got work to do.
Oh, come on, that's a cool thing.
No, I do. I need to, I want to get, my shit together. I at least want my taxes and all that shit.
Well, that, yes.
And friends and, like.
Well, start with the taxes.
No, I took that and all the other stuff. So, okay, like,
The work stuff?
just, yeah, no, I have like, I gotta just sit down on the calendar for meetings. I'm here for
Don't keep her too long.
Sit.
She's getting an appointment.
Yeah, no,
Yes, I know.
first one 12 hours, want to say bye.
Yeah. You're welcome anytime. I got Brooklyn. Sunday I'm working in the morning,
Yeah,
but, I needed a shower. It was time.
it was time. You
Yeah.
never do that long.
No, I don't. I took one day and then.
Members, headlines: Trump said Musk will step back from current role in coming
I gotta
weeks.
get
Coming
him
from
to the meds.
Politico. This is commentary on Tesla TSLA circulating. You're seeing a little volume
That well.
Good.
in Tesla, TSLA, and highs.
It wasn't a little dream. I will.
And I'll pick up the Allison.
I know, I was gonna say I should have taken a before picture, before I was
Tesla's taking a
after.
big jump up this now.
Oh, good. Maybe.
Musk is leaving in May. He'll be out of the administration.
Well, I heard
Where?
DOGE.
Dodge.
Says when? Says who?
After he
That's
decimates, after he decimates,
Most of that stuff's coming back.
I hope so.
Fucking hope so. Although if there isn't anyone to do my lens and I don't, that'd be cool. But
Put that in the sink, that's how I do it.
I'm just,
Don't worry about it, I keep telling
Look at
you.
it, look. You're like, just done. And Allison blows in here,
I
spills
think it's
water all over it.
I think it's absolutely hilarious.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I think it's
hesitate to use the word shit show.
But Allison says that it's been reinforced, she is not a
total completion.
Yeah, you're not.
We've told her that many
You know,
times.
I told you, my
Yeah.
brother, when
Yeah.
he walks into a room, papers fly off tables, things.
That's like me.
He's
That's
like,
right.
it's called the white tornado.
Be careful, Allie.
Right. Be
Okay?
very careful.
Don't
Sit
rush.
down a lot.
For everything.
Just don't
Love
rush.
you. Bye.
Hey, Allie, I'm gonna call you Gunga Din from now on.
Gunga Din.
I didn't mean to disturb you in the shower, but
No, it's fine.
she was, I gotta say goodbye, I said, stick your head and say goodbye. I don't want to intrusive. I said, well, I'll go intrusive. Yeah, no. She has weird ideas.
Members watching this Tesla hitting day highs now. What a reversal off of lows. Hit a low this morning at 251.27. Following recent headlines pulled from the news desk from Politico, mentioning Trump said Musk will step back from current role in coming weeks. We saw Tesla a vicious pop to the highs, up now almost 2.5%. That's TSLA Tesla.
So Tesla with a big move up here on word that, according to Trump, Musk's going to be leaving the administration. Let's see when. Coming weeks, whatever that means. So I don't know how far Tesla's going to go based on this. It's taken such a beating here the last few months. But on the daily chart, it's right now it's got resistance at 278.12 on my TC 2000, with then a 288 is the 200-day moving average. So big pop in Tesla. WMB nice today, Ellie. Also D looks good. Okay. WMB, I actually had that written down last night as a potential long today, which it's setting up pretty nicely. It hasn't quite broken out yet this morning, but it looks pretty nice. McKesson's still moving up. McKesson was a really nice look in the room this morning. Popped up a little bit, and it's kind of moving up pretty nicely right now. I imagine the Qs are getting a little bit of a boost here. Yep, they are. And the SPY. All of this in preparation for the tariff news that's going to come out at 4 o'clock today. I'm probably going to take a straddle or a strangle on the SPY just before the close today, since the tariff news is supposed to come out about 4 o'clock, just after the market closes. How long do we have after the close to trade the straddle? Until 4:15, Ari. 4:15. But I just watched to see when the news conference is going to take place. You want to have it on before that. Now, you want to make sure you take a really close look at these before you do it, though. See how much volatility there is in the premiums. If it's too expensive, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, SQQQ might be a good option as well. Yeah, I think it can do it after market close. I've never done it before, Ari, so I don't know for sure. But I suspect any derivatives of the SPYs and the Qs can also be traded after hours. Again, I took CRDO off. That was the one that was the unusual option activity. That's right up against the 8 exponential moving average, so I took it off here.
Thanks for making your bed.
Oh, you're welcome. I forgot that I did. Okay.
Thanks for making your bed. Hey Google, what's the high today in James Island?
Today in James Island, expect a high of 76 degrees.
Oh, it's too warm.
Warm. You going out somewhere?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not now. There you want like basically her outside activities are shopping and going out to lunch and you know, chauffeuring or picking up the kids.
Oh, from Mary Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah. You say you're gonna see her today, or?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I have to take care of my other
Oh,
business.
yes. All right, thanks, Marcia. Appreciate the well wishes. Audio seems to be off. Good morning, Marcia. I appreciate the good wishes on YouTube. Trader Midas, good morning. Audio is off. Probably not. I probably had my mic left my mic on while I was walking around the house. All right, just kind of watching the market here. Big pop. Tesla had a big pop off of news that, according to Trump, Musk is going to be leaving the administration and Dodge stuff in the next few weeks, whenever that is. And again, we're waiting on the tariffs here. That's going to be reported at about 4 o'clock or so. I think they're not going to announce it until after the market closes. So, and again, I'm considering taking a straddle or a strangle on the SPY, depending on what the premiums look like. About 11:30. Again, I haven't really done much in the market. I took a couple of momentum trades that I mentioned this morning, but that's about it. I took a CNTM. I told you I'd mention these if I found anything I liked. I took CNTM this morning. I get it at 110, out at 132. And I also took SPWH right here. Oops, that's not it. SPWH. Still a decent one. I get in this one. This not a big trade, SPWH, but I did make some money on it. I get in at 162 and out at 182, so just $20 a contract. I had a bunch of shares, but. SPY still creeping up here. Tesla also still moving up.
Remembers watching this Tesla TSLA continuing to hit highs of the day, now up over 4%. That's TSLA Tesla at highs. desk by Citron. Now switching out with a tweet. Says Musk posts this today. All signs point to VPG being an important part of the Optimus project. This is a tweet from Citron. We are seeing some volume coming into VPG.
Again, I'm not chasing anything here in this market. Just watching the SPY move up. Again, it's moved up nicely. Nice bounce off of the lows. It was a nice run right up here. I didn't touch anything except for some Momo trades. That's it. I haven't taken any positions. I'm still watching Nike, which is just down 4 cents right now, and Sarepta, which has been up quite a bit today, about $1.15. Is starting to pull back a little. Way too early to make any judgments on any of these things. Waiting to see what the market's going to do. We do have tariff news coming out after the close. Again, I'll probably take a straddle or a strangle on the SPYs, the Qs, or one of the derivatives of those.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I missed this AREB. This is a Momo stock. I missed the entry here. I spotted it too late. It's coming right up on the 15 EMA here right now, but yeah, that was a pretty nice one. Jumped up about 179% today. AREB. I'll watch it. If it pulls back a little bit, it's got huge volume, so if it pulls back some I may take another look at it. SPY coming back down below the 15 now. About 10 minutes to 12. The market's starting to pull back a little bit now from the highs. So we gapped down, ran right up through the gap, went green, and now we're starting to move back down again. TCRT, Momo stock. Again, I like this one. This is a nice move right here. You can see the high of 317. An entry here, you know, you probably want to try to get out around $3 or so. Harry point TGTX breaking out of compression. Yeah, yeah, with a big candle here. TGTX, big candle on TGTX. Right there, nice one. Again, I wouldn't chase it here, but it is put in a bearish, bullish engulfing candlestick today on a kind of a choppy daily chart. It's been moving up, and this was it pulled down a couple of days ago. This is a pretty big move right here. The volume's decent on it. Again, TCRT, I like this a little bit. Things got a huge amount of volume today. They're not looking for any big, huge moves in this, but, you know, 20, 30 cents, which would be pretty good.
Okay, I'm going to have lunch with the girls at Smoky Oak.
Which girls?
Mary Lou and Tootie.
Oh, okay, good. That's good.
Tutti Frutti are really
Excellent.
Yeah, it's close by.
Yes, very close.
Come home and continue my own personal shit.
You still got scoring too, don't you?
No, I finished it.
Oh, you finished all that? That was pretty quick.
Yeah, I worked it started at 7:30.
Yeah.
made a bid to buy TikTok US.
All right, get some questions here. I missed a few, looks like. William, the Qs and SPY look like a trending day.
Watching
All right.
Amazon hitting day highs, AM, ZN.
Amazon might be making a bid for TikTok, so Amazon getting a little pop here.
To buy TikTok US. Bid circulated via social media.
Tesla pulling back now from that pop up on the news that Musk is going to be leaving sometime in May, which we've already knew. They talked about it yesterday. MSTR through the 50 SI. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's taking me a while to get to some of these questions. Yeah, MSTR 317 was the resistance on that thing. Went right up to it pretty much. Moved by it just a little bit. Got to a high of 319.47, so it went through by about $2. Do I have any thoughts on lottery plays and the tariff news? I'm just probably going to do a straddle or a strangle on the SPYs or the Qs, or one of the derivatives of those. Ali, Harry, DAR coming off the lows. Yes, I reversed a little bit. Yeah, but it's pretty strong here this morning on MSTR. Again, these MSTRs are very volatile stock. Suzanne.
CLO volume down, taking SNAP, Meta, following those Amazon headlines, and Snap, Snap and Meta and BTA.
Again, Amazon going up and talking about taking over TikTok, which is of course sending Meta down because they, who knows what's going to happen with TikTok. But Meta was kind of looking to get into it. Now Amazon claims they're going to do it. We'll see. We'll see. Suzanne, the Momo trade is much greater risk. Yes, it does. There's a lot of risk. I'm sharing how I come across them. I mentioned yesterday what I look for. All right. I mean, I'm looking for way higher than normal volume, huge volume, relatively low price. Anywhere from 50 cents up to about maybe $5 or $6, and also the float on the stock. I look for a low float. Those are the criteria I use. And yes, some of them will come across the trade exchange because they got huge volume and they're moving fast. But I missed that ARAB one, which would have been a pretty good one. AREB. This one right here. This big huge move in this thing, and I didn't catch it, and I can't chase it. I might consider taking it if it pulls back to the 8 or the 15 or the something like that, but or even the VWAP, but I'm not going to chase it. It's TCRT. Again, I took this today, and I took profits in it already. But that's how I found them. That's how I find them, Suzanne. It takes a little bit of work. I usually have a few in the morning that I'm looking at for potential ones, and then I look after the open to see what happens. Yeah, that's how I found CNTM, which is pulled way back now. But I'm out of it. I don't stay in these things very long at all. It's not something I'd recommend for new traders, because these things can have some tremendous volatility. Very choppy in SPY here. Amazon still moving up here on these rumors of buying TikTok for US. There's that AREB, by the way, but it's more than just you know you have to know what the pricing is on it. You've got to know what the volume actually is compared to what it normally is, and you've got to know what the float is on the stock. About 12 o'clock here right now. Again, market gap down, and it's made a nice move up here today, kind of flattening out, topping off a little bit right here now. So just be patient and wait.
On TOPW IPO now open.
Dag been gone. Did I take SPY Super System earlier? I have not taken any, no. I did not. This gap down this morning, it ran up here to the pivot point, chopped around, and then it moved. This was a pretty nice move right here off the 15. I did not take it. I just don't trust this market right now, and it has gone green, but it's kind of chopping around. Again, the volume today is just not great, and we have the tariff news coming up, so I'm just kind of being pretty cautious right now. I did take a couple of 3 of the momentum trades. They all worked this morning. Could there be a SPY Super System opportunity on this pullback? There can always be a SPY Super System, but I wouldn't know what to do with it here. I mean, the market's green. It's fairly bullish. You've got yellow here, so you can't take it long. I don't think I would take it short because you've got the VWAP sitting down here and the 15 sitting here. So as far as I'm concerned right now, this is no man's land to try to be trading this. Suzanne, yeah, you've taken some of those momos over time. Get in and get out, but you really need to make sure you've got the information that you need to trade these successfully. And having a huge volume that's like equal to or greater than the float is really important. And then you've got to watch your support and resistance levels on the 5-minute chart. that night you learned, you learned a lot yesterday about those FOMO trades, as you call them. Could you please explain float again? Float is the total number of shares available to be traded on a stock. So, big stocks have huge amounts of float. Let me pull up a couple of numbers here so I can show you. Get to mine. All right, so if you're looking at big stocks like Microsoft, for example, if you look at Microsoft, it's got a float of 7 billion shares, right? 7 billion shares. So that's huge amounts of float. Now, one of the stocks that we took today, that I took today, one of the what's called the Momo stock, which was CNTM. All right, CNTM. All right, so it has traded 113.4 million shares today. Right, 113.4 million shares. See the big candle right there? You know what the float is on that? 12.7 million. That's how much stock is available, 12.7 million. So that means that this stock has traded the total amount of float, the float today, about 10 times or 8 times. So that's why that's important. Because when the volume exceeds the float by a lot, the price gets pushed higher because people, in order to get the stock, there's nobody to get the stock, they've got to buy it from somebody who's got it already that drives the price up. And CNTM is pulled back pretty hard. Now this is the danger with these things. All right, this is the danger with them. Why you've got to be careful. You've got to have some stops on these things. You get this kind of a move and then it's right back down again. You see that? This was off of earnings, but this big move up and then a big move down. So I took it this morning, and about 110, I get out at 132, and I'm out. I mean, I'm not going to trade this thing again unless I get some sort of movement. SPWH was another good one today. All right, SPWH. And again, I get in this one, I forget what I get in at, but I made about $30 a contract on it. But it had volume today of 74 million shares. It has a float of 31 million shares. Right, so it's traded twice the number of shares that it has for float. So I mean, if you look at Microsoft, as I had mentioned, and you take the shares traded versus the float, it has traded 4.8 million shares, float 7 billion. So you're not going to get a big price move in Microsoft based on any kind of a squeeze, because there isn't enough shares to go around. That's one of the criteria on it. That AREB that popped up earlier that I missed, right there. AREB, total volume today, 17.9 million shares. Float 274,000. So you can see what a massive amount of shares that is relative to shares that are available. And there's the volume candle on it right there. All right, that kind of just gives you a rundown. Again, it's not something I want to push or talk about, but I know some people are interested in trading them. So know what you're doing. As with anything, if you don't understand how to trade something or what a strategy or what a methodology is, please don't trade it until you understand it. Learn about it and then trade it small till you get familiar with it. Yeah, Fatina, the float is the number of shares available. Suzanne, you're welcome. Just be careful with these. I mean, I've been trading a good long time, so again, it's not something I want to push in the room as a standard strategy, because it's not good, especially for new traders. But I've had several people ask me about it in the room, so that's why I'm sharing it. But I don't really want to push it. You look at this AREB. I mean, this would have been a beautiful one. You get in here on this break of 230, and it's up to 6. This is 200% profits on that thing, and it's still going. And it might keep going, but you don't really want to chase it here. And most of these you have to trade stock. There is no options on them. If there were options, they'd be way too expensive to try to trade. Looks like AREB has get halted. You have to be careful. Some of these stocks are what's called pump and dumps. They get all kinds of social media postings about them, and people are touting them and buying them early before they tout them, and then they bail on them when the volume comes in. This doesn't look like anything. This doesn't look like that, but it's pretty big volume in AREB. But it does look like it's been halted at 624. There's PWH. So I'm out of all my momos right now. All right, so it's a little after 12 here. We're gonna get lunch pretty soon. SPY just pretty flat here right now. Big small candles, very flat. Amazon still moving up pretty decently on that news about them potentially buying TikTok for the U.S. And Tesla had a big move here as well, with news that Musk is going to be leaving sometime in May from the administration. It was already that was news yesterday, but they recycle this stuff, and it impacts the stock, of course, because the algos read it and they jump in, and then the traders see it going on and they jump in.
Remember, once in Tesla hit day highs again, being discussed now on CNBC. That's TSLA day highs. The headlines being discussed are the other ones where Trump tells an inner circle that Musk will leave soon. Coming from Politica.
CRDO is still moving up, by the way. I took profits in that this morning. That was an unusual option activity trade that I had taken last week. I took profits on it. in at $1.75 out at 225, but it's considerably going up. Continue to go up in case anybody's still in that. It's up to 303 now.
Faber on CNBC says a TikTok decision could come as soon as today.
All right, check for some questions here. Suzanne, when you enter those, you always have an OCO. Yeah, that's the best way to do them, with an OCO. Very humorous in the Discord room. There's no options on the Momos because we need 5 decimal places to price them, that's for sure. I think I'll think about lunch here in just a few minutes.
Downtick at NVA asks, talk FDA misses a deadline for granting full approval for Novavax's COVID-19 vaccine being circulated via social media. That's on NVAX Vibe Downtick.
NVAX with a big flush here. Bouncing back up again. FDA missed a deadline for approval of their vaccine, for the COVID vaccine. I don't know what that means, missed the deadline. Meta's probably got it. Again, Meta and Amazon are both people that were looking to buy TikTok. Amazon was a rumor that Amazon was looking to take it here. And the trade exchange just said that Mark Zuckerberg just walked into the West Wing, so he's in the White House. I'm sure talking about TikTok. The REBE just came off a halt. All right, let me just check here for any notes. I'm going to get something to eat, so. Any messages, any questions here before I eat? Nope, so far okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stop here and shut down the YouTube feed. Call it a day on that. We'll bring it back up again tomorrow. Thanks everybody on YouTube. I appreciate your viewing today. Not an awful lot we can do. We're just kind of watching the market. The tariff news will be after the hours today, right after 4 o'clock. So if you're considering anything, I would consider a straddle or a strangle on the Qs, the SPY, or one of the derivatives of those. And other than that, just kind of watching the market right here. Looking at AREB, which is a momentum stock that we just talked about. Other than that, been a pretty slow day. The market gap down, ran up strongly right through the yesterday's close. Went green, and we're still green in the day right now on the SPY and the Qs. All right, I'll be back in just a little bit.